What's up, everybody, man? It's your boys back at it again on the Cam and T podcast. I am your co-host, Tony T. Tom West, and we also have our other co-host here, my brother from another mother, Cam. What's going on, brother? Happy Tuesday, happy podcast day, bro. We ain't been on here in a minute, man. It's been so much going on in both of me and your lives, and it's just been a lot going on. But we back, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Glad we back. Glad we here. Everything's looking good. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm glad. We got a lot to talk about. Forgot to mention it, but we'll talk about it later on. But yeah, we just got a lot to talk about, man. A lot
to catch up on. So it's gonna be a fun show tonight, man. Just fun, man. It's a lot going on, and it's just a lot going on in both of our lives, like I said. So it's just been kind of crazy, but good things. So good. It's all been good things. So let's go ahead and jump into the show, Cam, because we got a lot to talk about tonight, man. I'm kind of gonna give y'all a little bit of a loose agenda of the show. What's up, JR? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a loose agenda of the show tonight. So we're gonna kind of kick it off with NBA. So we haven't even spoke to y'all since my guy out there in Memphis was fired. What's his name? Cam Taylor Jenkins, ain't that his name?
Yep.
We haven't talked to y'all since then. I think he got fired the day after we did the last podcast. So he got fired, I think, that Wednesday. So we haven't even talked about him being fired, and also as well, your coach for your Denver Nuggets, Mike Malone, being fired. So we're going to talk about that and the issue that the NBA is just having in general with head coaches that are pretty good that are getting fired. So we're going to talk about that. Obviously, the playoffs are here. We haven't talked since the end of I think it was the last week of the regular season. So playoffs are now in full effect. Play-in's been all done. Most games are in like the second or third game of their series now. So we're going to talk about that tonight as well. We're also going to talk about the NFL draft, which is 2 days away, Cam. I mean, it's just flown by. I didn't even notice it was 2 days away until this week. Like I said, I've had a lot going on, so I didn't even notice it was really this week until like Monday. I just found out like yesterday. I was like, oh, crap, the draft is this week. So we're going to talk about some NFL draft, kind of prep for that, talk about some of the people we like in the draft, some of the people that we think might be a little overrated, underrated, whatever the case may be. And then we got to talk about Nico heading to UCLA and what does this mean for college football. His whole situation is crazy too. So we're going to talk about all that tonight. But again, it's going to be I'm not going to tell y'all no lie. It's going to be a long show. It's going to be a long one. So just stick in there with us. It's going to be a good show though. Y'all going to enjoy it. So just stick in there, get in the comment section, show us some love, like this, retweet this. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and also as well, like the video. It gets the algorithm going. So, Cam, let's go ahead and jump into the NBA first. Let's talk about the news that broke now 2 weeks ago, almost to the day. Taylor Jenkins was fired from Memphis. Now, his team is in the playoffs as of now, right? Had a decent season this year, and he's fired. I think they had one like a little bit of a losing streak. They had like 5 games, and he was fired after that. I want to get, because you're the NBA guy. You're more NBA-centric than me. So I kind of want your take on just his situation alone. What do you think?
I mean, to be honest, bro, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's one of them things. It's just like it came out of nowhere, in my opinion. I don't know how Grizzlies fans felt about it. Because I'm not really in that space.
Yeah.
But it did come out of nowhere, and I just think it's kind of crazy how the NFL is the only sport, correct me if I'm wrong, the only major sport that will fire their head coach for being successful. That's the only, in my opinion, we don't really see it often in the NFL where a team fires their head coach in the middle of a season where they're projected to make the playoffs. You don't see that at all in the NFL. Mm-hmm. You don't see it. I don't keep up with baseball, but I don't believe managers get fired in the same way that NBA head coaches do. And we neither one of us are hockey guys, so we really can't speak on that. But I have a hard time believing that good teams fire their coaches or managers in baseball, hockey, and football. It just doesn't happen. But for the NBA, it happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Taylor Jenkins, I think it's kind of it was kind of weird, and I think everybody kind of wondered, whether something else was involved. Maybe he had some legal issues or some issues that needed that called for his firing or something like that. But only in the NBA do you see successful head coaches get fired. I talk about it all the time. I've been talking to more and more people lately. Been trying to tell them about the NBA and saying that, even in the NBA, teams that you win a championship 2 years later, you out the door. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Casey, Toronto Raptors, won coach of the year, but was fired before he was even able to accept the award. You know what I'm saying? It's like how you get the award for being the best coach in the NBA, but get fired. Like that, it doesn't make sense, And so there's certain things. Nick Nurse got fired, from the Raptors, and he brought them their first championship, right? Mike Malone, we'll get into that in a minute. He got fired.
You might
from
as
the
well
Nuggets,
go ahead and head into it now, because I wanted you to. That was my next question. I wanted you to just give your time on the Mike Malone thing, because when he got fired, I was just absolutely shocked.
And to me, again, I'm a Nuggets fan, so that was really shocking. And I think the thing about that firing is, if you had said this like 5 years ago, bro, if you had said Mike Malone got fired 5 years ago, I'd have been like, okay, fine. We haven't done anything. We're not that good. Right. Sure. But in them last 5 years, we got a Western Conference Finals appearance. We got 2 seasons back to back after that where Jamal Murray was out, essentially. So we didn't get to build upon the Western Conference Finals. And then the year after that, we won a championship. You know what I'm saying? And then last year was a step back, but that's fine. It happens. And then this year, it was kind of the same thing as last year. But it's like we're the number 4 seed in the playoffs in the Western Conference.
Had a shot at the number 3 seed.
And had a shot. We're tied technically we tied for the 3rd seed. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just, and then we hit 50 wins, and it's like, it'd be one thing if we was hovering around 45 wins. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But we got 50 wins on the season, and it really is kind of crazy that when you look at NBA history, if you win 50 games, you have a good shot at winning the championship. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's really crazy how he got fired. And the whole issue was essentially him and the GM didn't get along. They
fired him too, though, didn't they?
They fired him too. They fired both of them because they couldn't work together. So they just let them both go. And and we talked about this for like the NFL. That's the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying? You fire both of them at the same time. That's the right way to do it. But in this situation and in the NBA, sometimes you don't have to fire both of them, right? No. You have to look at what happened and what led to the team being in the state that it is. Mike Malone brought the Nuggets their first championship. He built the team with Tim Connolly, who is now, I believe, the vice president of basketball operations with the Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. That's who he built the team with. But Connolly took that position with the Timberwolves, and then we ended up promoting Calvin Booth, the general manager. Mm-hmm. And Booth, I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying? I think we talked about this before too. Like, he just kind of sits on his hands and doesn't really do anything. He prefers to build his team organically through the draft, but this is the NBA. It doesn't always work like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're like the Oklahoma City Thunder, who has an abundance of first round picks, it's not going to work like that, because the Denver Nuggets perpetually pick bottom 10 in the NBA. We never have lottery picks. You know what I'm saying? Never. Yeah. We haven't had a lottery pick in probably 10 years now. Right. Since whenever we selected Michael Porter Jr. So what was that? 2018. So almost 10 years. That was the last time I think we had a lottery pick. And I don't even know if
years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was like pick 14. So we was at the bottom of the lottery. Like, come on, man. It's just, I don't think we should have fired Malone. Obviously, like he just won the championship the year before last, our first championship,
Yeah.
and he had been with the Nuggets 10 years. This was year number 10. That would have made, I believe that makes him the third longest tenured head coach in the league behind Pop and Spo.
Spo, yeah.
I feel like at this point, he earned his tenure. You know what I'm saying? I think he got us the championship. He had us back competing for another, right? I think last year, if we didn't have that debacle against the Timberwolves, I think there was a very good shot that we would have been in the finals again, against the Boston Celtics. So I don't know, man. I really don't get it, to be honest with you. Like, this man's coming off of, in the last 5 seasons, he's got 2 Western Conference Finals appearances, and a championship. That's
Yeah.
pretty good, bro. You can't name another head coach that got that, I don't think. Other than maybe no, you can't name another head coach that got that, because the Celtics have had 2 head coaches in they time, and the Mavericks, Jason Kidd might be the only other one that you could say got the finals appearance, the conference finals appearances, but he ain't got no championship. So
Right.
really, in the last 5 years, you can really make an argument that there hasn't been a better coach in the league
Yeah.
than Michael Malone. You know what I'm saying? Based off of the resume, based off of the resume.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Obviously having Jokic helps, but
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Malone was the one who developed Jokic. Jokic been there the whole time he been there. That's his only head coach. That's the only coach he know.
I'm gonna say it like this: there should be about, how many teams there in the NBA? 30, right?
30.
There should be 29 teams lining up to hire him, in my personal opinion. I mean, I think he's one of those type, because prayers for Popovich, because it sounds like it's not doing really good with his health right now. So considering that, and then also as well, you know, Spo, you know, and he had a really down year. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of too many coaches that are better than Malone right now, bro. Like, on top of my head, I'm really trying to think, like, who is better. Like, I would say dude up at Boston, but like, look what he got, like, talent wise.
Yeah.
Look what he walked into. So like, of course he gonna be good. I could coach that team to an NBA Finals right now. So it's not. I'm trying to think on the top of my head who is probably the best coach, and he's up there. He's right up there with like the Spos, the Malones. I think the dude at Detroit this year did a really good job.
Yeah, Bickerstaff.
Bickerstaff. You know, I think he's right up there with the Cleveland's coach. What's his name? Took the Charlotte job and declined it.
Kenny Atkinson.
I mean, again, I think he's right up there. Thunder's coach.
OKC, Dejanald, I think is his name.
Dejanald, yeah, he's right up there with those individuals. So again, man, I just, in my personal opinion, I tweeted this out when it happened, I think being an NBA head coach is one of the worst jobs in sports you can have right now. It just is. Yeah. 50 wins ain't even enough to satisfy these folks. I mean, I can understand if he was going 34 and something every year or something like that. And even if he was going 500 every year, I would kind of understand. Like, all right, we've been going 500 for the last, 3 years. We might need to fire this dude. Yeah. But, man, we talking about a dude that just won a championship just 2 seasons ago, bro. Like, when y'all in the Western Conference Finals last year? Or
nah, we didn't. We was
that's right, because it was Mavs and yeah, that's right.
Mavs and the Timberwolves. We was a series out. We was a series out.
So again, still though, he just won a championship 2 years ago. It's just me and you have talked about this numerous of times on this platform. It's kind of getting ridiculous at this point. What is good enough to keep your job in the NBA? 60 wins every year? Like, that seems like about it. Like, if 55 wins can't get you to keep your job and keep your job security, I don't know what else will at this point. So yeah, I if that's the case, man, there should be 28 other coaches getting fired on God, because like I don't know, like, how could you fire a guy like Mike Malone unless it's and really the same thing with Jenkins. Now I seen some fans saying they was like kind of glad he got fired because of some strategic things he did at the end of games and stuff like that. But still, I mean, Taylor Jenkins is a young, pretty good coach, bro.
Right.
So even with him, he's like a top 15 coach in the league. He shouldn't do that job, bro. I'm sorry. Like, that's just
he shouldn't be unemployed for too long either.
Yeah, he shouldn't be on it. Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. But in my personal opinion, man, I'm with you 100%, man. A lot of this stuff, it just does not make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's really, and we've talked about that, like I said, a couple of times on here. But to me, it just doesn't make sense.
Listen, it'd be one thing if you fired them both at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Then we looking at something different. You could say, because like for the Grizzlies, you can at least say, look, man, we think we maxed out with Jenkins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
At the end of the season, though, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
at the end of the
at
season.
the end of the regular season when you in the playoffs, like that don't make
right.
sense.
At the end of the season, then I could see, okay, they moved on. They felt like they maxed out. The Nuggets, no matter how you chop it up, it don't make sense. No, there's no Nuggets fan that I've seen that was happy about the Mike Malone fire. Like sometimes when you see head coaches getting fired and we be like, what? Sometimes you might see fans be like, man, thank God, it's about time we got rid of him. It was no Nuggets fan out there that was saying, thank God we fired Malone. We was all shocked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Calvin Booth, on the other hand, we was all like, man, good, man. It's about time. You know what I'm saying? We need to go in a different direction at general manager. Mm-hmm. But for Malone, and listen, y'all, it's as crazy as simple as this. Apparently, the reports say that Malone preferred playing Russell Westbrook late in games versus a guy on the team called Jalen Pickett that Calvin Booth had selected in the draft. And it's like Russell Westbrook is a vet. You know what I'm saying? He's got that MVP. He's got that intensity that you need. Defensively, he's still getting it done. You know what I'm saying? And you just seen it in game 1 against the Clippers. Like Russell Westbrook was clutch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's the reason why we won that game. So it's like, I think I'm gonna listen to the championship winning head coach over, whoever, right? Yeah. And on top of that, y'all, too, and we can move on after this. Mike Malone is the best head coach in Nuggets history. It's not even like he's one of the best.
Ain't no question.
It's not even. There's no question. Like he's got the most wins. He got the championship. He's the best head coach in Nuggets history. So it really was kind of crazy to fire him like that. But hey, man, look.
After it is 10 what it years is. On top of that, man.
After 10 years, that's why I said if they had called me 5 years ago and was like, look, man, Malone is out of here, I would have been like, all right, cool, because we ain't did nothing with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But these last 5 years, he changed my mind personally. He changed my mind about him because we've been really good. You know what I'm saying? And I know the team was built by Tim Connolly, in addition to some additions by Calvin Booth, but that was Tim Connolly's built team on the back of the greatness of Nikola Jokic and the coaching of Mike Malone. So I don't know, man. I just think I think it was really crazy for them to make that move. And then the new head coach, he's fine, but I mean, you don't go into the playoffs with a guy who's never coached a game before. He's only got 5 games coached now, so I don't know, man. Just silly stuff in my opinion, but that's the NBA for you.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, man. Again, that's almost like a coach that's going 12-5 and getting to the NFC Championship every year and getting canned. Like it just, and winning the Super Bowl in the last 3 or 4 years. Like it just doesn't make sense, bro.
In my opinion, that's like the I said to me the equivalent of the Rams firing Sean McVay.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
That's pretty much what it is. That would be the Rams.
What it is, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's exactly what it is.
Like Sean McVay might have some down years, but at the end of the day, he's one of the best coaches in the league. And if you got the right pieces around him, he gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get you exactly where you want to go, and that's to the Super Bowl. So, and you can't win it every year. Like that's another thing. The NBA has seen 6 different champions in 6 years. You can't win it every year. And they're probably going to see 7 this year because I think the Thunder is going – I think they're going to dominate this year, man. I ain't even going to lie to you. But we can get into that here right now, matter of fact, if you're ready to move on.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and start jumping into these playoff battles. Let's start on the Eastern Conference first. Let's just spend like 2 to 3 minutes on each because it's obviously the first round. So we still got a lot going on. So I'm actually going to talk about the game that's about to kick off now in game 2, which is going to be Pacers versus the Bucks. The Bucks got absolutely annihilated the other night. It was bad. I turned it off after like the third quarter. It was bad. They're about to kick off right now, actually, in a few seconds here. What's your take on that series?
Stephen A said it best at halftime. The Bucks can't keep going out there playing 5-on-1, man. Like that's just not gonna work, bro. Like somebody on the Bucks, Kyle Kuzma, bro. He was out there doing cardio, bro. I'm gonna read off Kyle Kuzma's stats for you. All right.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You want me to read them again?
Read it off.
I just read it. You want me to read it again?
Oh, read it.
I just read it, right? That's it. 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals, 22 minutes, man. Like that's the type of stuff. Hey, Tony Snell, you can not rest in peace, but you can hang out. Tony Snell, you can chill wherever you at, bro. You can relax because you are no longer the face of zeros across the board, brother. That belongs to Kyle Kuzma now. I think it's ironic that both of them happen in a Bucks uniform too, but yeah, man, the Bucks, man, they just gotta once again, number 1, Doc Rivers, man. Here we go, man. Mr. You got to give me credit for winning 3 when I need 4. You got it. Like, man, that's all it is. Giannis. Let me read you the starters, okay? For the Bucks last week on Saturday. Taurean Prince, 0 points. Kyle Kuzma, 0 points. I don't even know who this is. Ryan Rollins, 5 points. Brook Lopez, 9 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 36 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist because nobody was making buckets, bro. Like it's crazy. And then the Pacers, man, I think me and you had talked about this offline, but we need to start taking them seriously in the playoffs because they usually be performing, man. They actually be playing really good. They're really a playoff riser, and they got to that 50 win mark this year, so they might be a legitimate contender. But at the same time, you know, like I said, coming out the Bucks coming out like that and essentially laying an egg was not a good look. And they just gonna have to tighten some things up and they're gonna have to figure it out. They're gonna need some more scoring. That's pretty much all it is. They're gonna need some more scoring from their starters.
Yeah. I pretty much agree. I'm right there with you. They're gonna need more scoring. Like you said, you can't be playing 1-on-5, man. So I'm right there with you. Let me go ahead and move on to the next series that I think personally, in my personal opinion, gonna be over pretty soon. Heat versus Cavs. Cavs up 1-0. They play tomorrow, I believe. Do you think the Heat stand a chance? I thought they actually competed pretty well in the game the other day ago, but they don't. This is gonna be a 4-0 sweep, right? Maybe they might win one game, but I don't have much to give on it. I think it's kind of like gonna get swept, essentially.
Yeah. The Cavaliers, man, they're a
juggernaut this year, low key, bro.
Yeah. They're dominant, man. They're dominant. So, and then the Heat, man, the thing about it is this is essentially a Cinderella story for them, man.
Yeah.
They're not even supposed to be here.
They're not supposed to be here. They're not.
And you know who's supposed to be here. I'm gonna let you get your bars off later on, but the Heat not even supposed to be there. So, they don't really need to hold their head. I feel bad for them because it'd have been better if they didn't make the playoffs because they wanted that lottery pick.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, it's probably gonna be. I'm gonna get on one, but it's probably gonna be a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's go ahead and bounce to this other game in East. The other one that I think is gonna be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. Celtics and Magic. I mean, this game is over in 4 or 5, correct? I don't think neither one of us think it's going any further than that.
Yeah.
I like Paulo Banchero. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like Paulo Banchero and all that, but like, yeah, it's pretty much.
They too hurt right now. The Magic.
Yeah, they're too injured up. Yeah.
They're too hurt. They don't have enough to, and it's not that everybody is on IR. They just coming off an injury. You know what I'm saying? Everybody rusty. So it's not, they just not ready yet, you know. But I think the Magic, I think you said it even in the before the season started, you know, get them a couple of years and they'll be a force to be reckoned with, kind of like how you know, the Rockets, how you called them out. So but they're not messing with these Celtics. So I'm gonna get it.
Bring up the fact that Jason Tatum is out. I don't even think that matters. This team is so loaded. All the talent that the Celtics got, I still think they beating them without.
I mean, riddle me this though. You talking about some Jason Tatum out, but when I look at these numbers,
hello.
I mean, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
really
like
popping off the screen right now.
Yeah, it ain't like ain't like they really gonna be missing them. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, of course.
That team, but, I mean, and again, I know I hate the Celtics. They literally the team I hate the most in the NBA. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. That's the best roster in the NBA, bro. Like they are literally 6 or 7 starters deep. Like I think honestly, Derek White is a starter on most teams. I think the dude that just won 6th Man of the Year like 10 minutes ago, Peyton Pritchard, I think he could be a starter on most NBA teams.
He ended up winning it.
Yeah, AB just told me, and I just seen it on Twitter.
Wow.
I think he can be a starter. We already know Brown and Tatum can be a starter. We already know that. KP, when he's healthy, we know he's a starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just loaded, bro. That roster's just loaded with talent, bro. So I don't even think it matters, man, at this point. They backups are even like starters dang near. So I'm not going to lie. With the Celtics, they winning that in 4 or 5. Now, let's move on to me, I think is the most, like, to me, the most entertaining series on the East right now is the Knicks and the Pistons. The Pistons just won their first NBA playoff game in like 15, 16 years. So that's crazy in itself. But that series is tied 1-1. I actually want to get my bars off first. And I'm going to come to the defense of Becky Hammond. A couple of months ago, she said that, not Jason Tatum, she said that Jalen Brunson was not a number 1 player on a championship team. I hate to tell y'all this. She was right. Hear me out, Cam. Hear me out. Jalen Brunson is I'm going to say this too. It's going to shock you. Jalen Brunson is like a top 5 point guard in this league. Hear me out. I think he's a top 5 point guard. There's not too many point guards I would put above Jalen Brunson. But Jalen Brunson, to me, and this is just my opinion, he doesn't have that it factor. Like a lot of those calls he was getting last night, I'll just be straight with you. It was BS. A lot of the calls he was getting last night was BS bullcrap. I'm not going to lie. Jason Tatum just don't got that it. I mean, not Jason Tatum. I keep saying Jason Tatum. Jalen Brunson just does not have that it factor to me for him to be a prime number 1. He is a 1B, which is okay. That's still very good if you're a 1B player. Just like how it was with AD and LeBron when LeBron was a little bit better than AD or whatever the case may be a couple years ago. It's the same situation as that. I would never say AD is a 2, in my opinion, because I think he's a 1B player. But AD can't be your best player and win a championship. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. So in my opinion, I think Becky Hammond was 100% correct. And I think in these last 2 playoff games, you have kind of seen that she was 100% correct about Jalen Brunson. That team is pretty good too. Mikal Bridges, Cat, him, all them guys. What's my boy name? They used to play for the one that's crazy, the Asian girl. OG,
and a newbie.
Yeah, him.
OG and a
He's been playing his butt off. They got a good little roster up there in New York, and I don't think it matters. I just don't think Jalen Brunson can be your best player and you win a title. They got a good roster though, but Jalen Brunson, he ain't gonna get them over the hump, in my personal opinion. I do think they win this series because I think the Pistons are a little too young. But would this surprise me if it goes to 6? No, It wouldn't surprise me at all if this thing goes to 6. The Pistons are feisty. I just talked about Bickerstaff a few minutes ago. I'm not gonna lie, I can see this going to 6. I think the Knicks win though, but I can see this going to 6, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can see it going to 6 or 7. But to your point about Brunson being being your number one, I think I agree that I'm on the same wavelength as you. He got to be a 1B. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a 1B. I mean, shoot, and here's my perspective. They got the team right now. They got the starting lineup at the very least. They have the starting lineup. They got the top. They top 5. That's a good 5 to have. A really good 5 to have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got them to 51 wins. Brunson has been playing well, but the problem is nobody else is helping.
Exactly.
And I think that's the issue right now is because Karl Anthony. So I'm gonna read off the stats. Karl Anthony Towns 10 points. Last game. OG Anunoby 10 points. Josh Hart 10 points. Mikal Bridges 19, and then Brunson had 37. But everybody on the bench, they only had 8 points off the bench, and that was all from Miles McBride. So, I mean, it's just, and in the first game that they won, let's see, Brunson had 34, but what did everybody else have? That's the big. See, Brunson had 34, Towns had 23, and Anunoby had 23. Saying Hart had 13. You see what I'm saying? And Cam Payne had 14 off the bench. You know what I mean? That's what it's gonna take. Everybody else has to contribute for it to work. Brunson's not gonna be, he's not gonna be, like you said, that LeBron James type dude, right? That Jokic type dude. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be that dude that's gonna carry your team to a championship. But will he lead your team with help? Yeah, I think he can. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the really where I disagree. I think he can lead your team somewhere. But then again, you got to say this too. The Knicks are gonna burn out though, man. They can't keep playing Brunson 45 minutes a game.
We talked about that too. We talked about that too. When we talked about this a few weeks ago, we said Thibodeau can't keep running his players in the ground like this. It's not 2008 no more.
It's not gonna work, man. Eventually, they're gonna man. It's gonna get to a point where their bodies is gonna break down because they playing so many minutes a night and they carry. I mean, the starting 5, like I said, it's so good, but they gonna get tired. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I know they're in peak physical condition, but still they gonna get tired. So, I'm with you though. I think the Knicks. I think they win it in. I think they win it in 6 or 7. It's a good series, man. That's a good. That's a good one. That's gonna be a good one to watch.
I think in the East, that's the best. That's the most entertaining one.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on to the West. I'm gonna say this, and you're not gonna like this. If they had somebody like Jokic in New York with Jalen Brunson instead of Cat, now then they would be a problem. They would be a problem then. Then I'd be like, oh yeah, they feel me. So I know you ain't gonna like to hear that, but I just wouldn't. I know my dad cannot. He probably watching this too. He can't stand Giannis. But even if they had somebody like Giannis, I think they would be a problem.
Oh yeah.
And they, Giannis has kind of flirted with wanting to
New
go
York.
to New York and stuff.
Yep.
So
I was about to say,
if they get somebody like that now, I ain't gonna lie. Being Jalen Brunson in that duo becomes something special. So
right.
We'll see what happens. But that's interesting. Let's move on.
They gonna need a new coach though, man. I don't think
I think Ted. I would go get your boy. I'd go get Malone.
Yeah.
I'd go get Malone immediately. I'd go get Malone.
You know he tough too, man. He can hang with that New York media, man. That might be all right. I just hope before we move on, I just hope Malone will go to Philly, man. I can't do it, bro. That would hurt. Because hearing him, because you know how he do, he would have to gas up Embiid, bro. I couldn't stomach that one, man.
Let's do the NBA talk Let's finish this up series. I kind of want to get on what you just talked about a little bit because I think we're actually going to see a few superstars get moved around this offseason.
Okay.
Like I could see it. Let me run through these playoffs, and then we're going to touch on what you just touched on because I don't know if Embiid is going to be in a 76ers uniform next year, personally. I'm going to be honest. But we'll jump into that. We're going to jump into that in a minute. We're going to jump into that. All right, let's go ahead and jump into these Western Conference series real quick. Let's go over the Thunder and Grizzlies. Again, the Thunder's absolutely obliterated the Grizzlies. Again, I do think the Grizzlies are feisty, but because the lack of like a new coach, they play tonight, I think, at 7:30. So they're about to play now, actually. Thunder, they're winning this in 4 or 5, correct? Like I think we both can kind of
4.
Yeah. I think we both can kind of agree on that at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next series. The next series I want to talk about was the Lakers and the Timberwolves, who they also play tonight. Timberwolves as a 6 seed kind of took it to the Lakers. LeBron looked kind of old too. In that game. I'm just gonna keep it real. He looked like Father Time had kind of caught up to him. And I'll just give my take real quickly. I can see this going 6 or 7. I'm not gonna lie because we know Ant, we know the competitor he is. They got guys like Nas Reed on that team. They're not just gonna go to sleep. I do think the Lakers win this series, but can I probably see it maybe in 6 or 7? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And if they lose tonight, it's gonna get spooky.
Let's get spooky,
what
man.
You think?
Man, the Lakers. I hate to say
they look old, man.
I hate to say it, but I have to be real.
Yeah.
LeBron cannot repeat that performance.
No.
From Saturday night.
No, he can't.
Austin Reeves can't repeat that performance from Saturday night. Because that's your big 3 right there. Luka can't be the only one out there, man.
Yeah, Luka dropped 30. He been dropping 30 every night
30,
for the past month or two.
For the
got it going.
Yeah, he got his groove back, man. But them, you know what I'm saying? Reeves
and to give Reeves a little bit of a break, he been hot for like the last month and a half too. So I'll give him. He been hot, but he got to stay hot for them to be.
He got to stay hot though. That's what. Because that's the key to the championship. Because the Lakers don't have a big.
Yeah,
the Lakers don't have no big. So you gotta like Reeves, Luka, and LeBron. They got to give it every single night because it's not gonna come from nobody else. It has to come from those 3. That's the thing about the Lakers, and the team is built pretty well. Yeah, outside of them not having a true 4 or 5, but I mean, they have to give it every single night, and especially against the Timberwolves because the Timberwolves are really good in the playoffs, right? Nas Reed and Jaden McDaniels are outstanding in the playoffs for some reason, So the Lakers, they got to tighten it up. We'll see. They play tonight, right?
Yeah, they play tonight at 10.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but they're gonna have to tighten that up, man.
Yeah, I agree, but I will agree. I'm kind of with what AB said. If the Lakers get beat tonight, I'm definitely flipping my tune and saying Timberwolves and maybe 5. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I had to make it to 6, especially if they get a 3rd win in the next 2 games. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and jump into another series that's kind of been a little bit intriguing. Your Nuggets against the Clippers. I low-key think that's been the best series in all of the playoffs, in my personal opinion. 2 competitive teams, both going at it. They both been 2 competitive games. I'll kind of let you get the floor on this one a little bit. I'll just sit back and listen to you. What do you think of your team? I mean, this is your team, so I kind of just want to hear what you think of the series and your team.
First and foremost, we're going in here without a head coach, so it's like, it's kind of crazy. But number one, defensively, it's just so heading into the playoffs. Statistically, we're the worst defense that's playing right now in the playoffs. Yeah. So that's something that's holding us back. Offensively, we're among the best though. We're like. We might be like number 3 or something like that, 2 or 3 in offense. But it's just there's certain things that I'm not seeing that I would like to see. I need Michael Porter Jr. to do more. He got benched in game 1 in favor of Russell Westbrook. which obviously was absolutely necessary. But I'm gonna need more from Porter Jr. I mean, he had 3 points last night, bro. Like, you getting paid, you on a max contract. I'm gonna need more. Aaron Gordon gave me 25 last night. He's always a riser when somebody steps down. Brown had 11. Probably need a little bit more, but Westbrook playing good again. 15 points. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just certain things, but once again, it just can't be all Jokic. You know, it just can't be all Jokic. Jokic is averaging a triple-double once again in this playoff series, but it can't just be him. And as far as the Clippers go, look out for them boys, bro. I'm not going to lie, because if they get past the Nuggets, if they beat us, which there's a good chance they will because they have consistency and they have coaching, which we don't have, and they're pretty good defensively. Look out for the Clippers, man, because a healthy Kawhi Leonard last night, oh my goodness. I mean, it was just outstanding, bro. It was just outstanding. 39 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and defensively, he's all over the place. Looking like the Raptors Kawhi. I mean, last night was probably the best Kawhi look since 2019. We being honest. James Harden had a really good first game. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say. I mean, it's gonna be a back and forth series like it's supposed to be. But if the Nuggets can find a way to defend, we should be able to squeeze this one out. But at the same time, bro, I mean, it's just the Clippers, man. Like I said, Harden and Leonard, man, they pretty good, bro. They pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say we got, and shout out to my boy Darnell, man. I gotta give credit to Kawhi. Kawhi been hooping. He done turned the clock. I ain't gonna lie, I had low key kind of given up on Kawhi.
No.
He done turned that clock back on, bro.
He hungry
He might have really been hurt, bro, because
he was. He hungry, man.
And I hope guys like Stephen A. Smith is eating dust right now because he's always made little jokes about Kawhi Leonard. I hope he eats because he's playing at like a high level right now. I mean, what Kawhi is doing right now has been impressive. Like for the last couple of weeks now. It ain't even just been this playoff series. Towards the end of the season, he was playing very well as well. So again, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm right there with you. And then one more thing, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's just so fun to watch too, man. His game is so smooth. It's smooth, bro.
Yeah,
like the league is better when Kawhi is out there hooping, man.
I agree. One last thing, we did have a pretty I don't know if this is an upset or not because the Warriors have been good since Jimmy Butler got there. Essentially, the Warriors knock off the 2 seed in the first game, so that bodes well with them. I'll get my take on this first. I low key think the Rockets are in trouble. I'm not gonna lie. People may not agree with that. I think the Houston Rockets are in trouble. Here's why. The Warriors have been here before. They've been in the playoffs before, especially now with Jimmy Butler. Let's get this correct too. That team before Jimmy Butler and this team now is different.
Yeah,
this is a good basketball team. I think I read a stat the other day ago where they've only lost 9 games since Jimmy Butler joined or something crazy like that. Like they've been absolutely spectacular since the trade deadline. Steph Curry has stepped it back up. Jimmy Butler, me and you have always complained about he don't take the regular season seriously, and then he tries to turn on the playoffs. Me and you have had that conversation on this podcast multiple times about Jimmy. But it seems like this year he even took the regular season serious towards the end there. And I'm not going to lie. I think Houston's inexperience could be an issue. If the Rockets lose to the Warriors tomorrow, it could get dicey because the Warriors are playing really good right now. I could see that series getting dicey, and honestly, Cam, right now, in the way the Warriors have played since the Jimmy Butler trade, I think I'm taking the Warriors in 6, bro. I'm not lying. I think the Warriors pull it off, man. And you know me, I've been a big Houston supporter for the last 2 seasons now. I've been saying they ready to win, but go ahead, floor's yours.
It's Houston over Warriors in 4. 4. 4.
Wait.
4.
Bro, wait, hold on. This nigga said, hold on, bro. He said, "Is Houston over?" Is that what you said?
Is Houston over? Warriors.
That man said, "Is Houston over, bro?"
It's Houston over. Warriors got it in 4. God. It's Houston over, bro.
Yeah,
4.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Sweep.
You think it's a sweep? I ain't going to sweep, bro. They gonna at least get 2 out of it. But I do think the Warriors win. I think the Warriors do win the series, though.
Since Jimmy got there, the Warriors got the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah, they've been incredible since he's been there. They've been incredible.
Houston, listen, man, they just not ready, bro. They too young. They ain't got they don't have nobody on that team. Nobody on that team that's going toe-to-toe with Stephen Curry. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. They ain't got nobody on that team that's going to give it to Steph every single night.
Yeah.
They got nobody on that team that's going to match what Steph can do. You know what I'm saying? It's over in 4, bro. 4. I'm calling a sweep now.
Cam said Jalen Green playing for his life. Nah, for real. Like, for real. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's cooked, man. I'm with you 100%. I don't know about sweep, but I'm with you though. I think the Warriors, the way they play since Jimmy Butler's gotten there, man, that's a different team. That's a 7 seed that's really like a 3 or 4. Let's be honest. The way they played since Jimmy Butler has got there, they're a 4 seed, bro. They're a 3 or 4 at this point. I think even if the Lakers seen them right now, it would be issues. Even if your Nuggets seen them right now, I think it'd be issues.
I mean, it's. I mean, keep it real, bro. It's issues for everybody, man. Except for maybe the Thunder.
Yeah,
it's issues for everybody.
The Thunder is the only team I would be like, okay, I'll take. But if the way Golden State is playing right now, I think they can beat everybody but OKC. Not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. They playing loose. They playing organized basketball. It's like, dang, bro.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, like you said, the Grizzlies ain't got nothing going on.
I give him credit because I don't think he's that good of a coach, in my personal opinion. I gotta give him credit. Steve Kerr has done some good things. I gotta give him credit. As much as I don't care for him, I think he's gotten a lot of hyped up because he had the greatest shooter of all time on his team, and you could argue like a top 5 shooter of all time in Clay. And honestly, a lot of people don't like him. Draymond Green is probably a top 10 defensive player or probably of all time. Let's stop the cap. He's up there when it comes to defensive players. So I always kind of said, well, he had all 3 of them. So of course he's going to win rings. But what he's done with this team, I got to be honest, it's pretty impressive. I got to give him credit. So that caps it off for the playoff series for the night. Let's jump into this. We already 50 minutes in, Cam, and we ain't even got to the draft yet. Let me jump into this real quickly. I'm gonna name off some names, and I want you and me both and answer these questions and answer, will these players be on this team come next year? I'm gonna start off with Joel Embiid. Do you think he's a Sixer next year, bro?
Oh, truly, man.
When October turns around, will he be a Sixer in October of 2025?
Yeah.
Okay. I say no. Trae Young. Do you think Trae Young is an Atlanta Hawk? Do you think he played his last game in Atlanta the other day ago?
Nah, he's a Hawk. He got to be. He's a Hawk. He's a Hawk.
I would probably say, yeah, I think he's probably still a Hawk as well.
Yeah, he's a Hawk.
I lean towards Hawk. Let me ask you another one. Do you think the Greek Freak is playing it? Because they getting beat again right now. So they about to be down 2-0. Do you think the Greek Freak is playing his last season in Milwaukee?
Oh, man. Nah, man. I think he gonna try to give it until the contract is up, man.
So you think he's gonna stay? You think he's gonna try to stay it out?
I think so, man.
I'm with you. I think he's gonna try to stick it out. I think it's close, but I think he's gonna try to stick it. Let me give you another name. What do you think about Zion Williamson? Do you think he's still in New Orleans after this season?
Zion, he might be gone though.
I think he's gone. I'm leaning towards gone. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. I'm leaning towards gone on Zion.
He might be gone.
Yeah. And let me ask you one more. LaMelo Ball. Do you think he stays in Charlotte?
God dang. I don't know what. See, the thing is, I don't know what none of these players' contracts looking like. Like if I knew what their
Most of
contract
these
situation
dudes that
was,
I'm talking about are on their,
they
the rookie big contract, if that makes sense.
they
Like
under
the one right
contract.
after the regular contract. The max contract they get, not that first like big one, where it is a big one, but like you know how they give the little small contracts when they first rookies. They get
Yeah, I
like
know what you're talking about.
3-year
Yeah,
deal, something like that. And then they get that big deal,
the big
that super max
yeah.
deal. And then after that, that third contract is when you really start getting into the money if we're gonna be real.
Yeah.
So like Anthony Edwards is on that contract right now. LaMelo is on that contract. I think LaMelo stays in Charlotte though, in my personal opinion, because they did an exit interview with him the other day ago, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to stay." Essentially,
Yeah, it's tough, man. I think LaMelo. I mean, it's see the thing about all the players that you named is like the players themselves. I think so. Like for example, like Zion really shouldn't have no kind of agency in saying like I want out of New Orleans. Like you probably need out of New Orleans, but you not healthy enough to demand your way to another team yet. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? LaMelo is also not healthy enough to demand his way to another team. So that's why I think he'll be a Hornet, because I don't think many teams out there, because point guard is probably the most loaded position in the
loaded,
league right
yeah.
now. So I don't think it's many teams out there that's going to really try to
Because what
blow up what
teams
they
could really
got.
use a point guard right now? Maybe the
I
Magic,
mean,
maybe the Magic, maybe
oh
the
man,
Magic
him
could
and
use a point
Paolo.
guard. Because Cole Anthony,
Yeah.
let's be honest, he ain't cutting the check.
Yeah.
So you could say them probably.
But again, it's gotta be a move that makes sense too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
it's
Yeah,
gotta be something, because the Hornets can't move on from LaMelo because they don't have they don't they I don't think nobody's coming knocking down the door for him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think the Hornets could say, hey, LaMelo's up for sale, because like that's pretty much their whole franchise. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And then other teams, like you said, you know, the Trailblazers, they ain't calling for no LaMelo Ball. I mean, even though
no,
they need him bad, but they probably ain't doing that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's tough, man. It's really tough. I don't know, man. Embiid again is another one. It's like I could see, out of all the players you name, I could see him probably leaving is the most likely out of all of
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Or Zion, because I think the Pelicans probably fed up and ready to move
yeah.
on. But
And the thing that's so frustrating with Zion is when he's healthy, he's really good.
yeah,
That's the
he's really
crazy thing
good.
about it. Like he's
Yeah,
like a top 20 player in the league when he's healthy.
yeah,
Like that's
easily.
the thing. He's never healthy.
He ain't
You know?
healthy though. It's just
Yeah.
that's the same thing with LaMelo. I mean, he top
Yeah.
30 in the
Same thing
league
with
when he
LaMelo. Yeah.
healthy.
Same
You
thing with
know,
LaMelo Ball. Yeah.
so it's like, I don't know, man. You can't. I think LaMelo had like 3 straight season-ending injuries or something like that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Zion can't put together a 20-game season or whatever it is. You know, I mean, Embiid obviously should have never played in the Olympics because that meniscus needed to
Yeah.
heal.
Yeah. He
So
should have sat out in that playoff series last year. Because
that's what I'm saying.
they wasn't
They
winning that, man. You knew what it
they knew
was.
better than that, man.
Yeah,
Let
they
me tell
knew
you
better.
this. Let me tell you this. I think the 76ers, hear me out when I say this. I think the 76ers, I think the Hornets, I think their stars, it relies on one thing, that draft.
Yeah.
If the 76ers, and I think it's a good chance, I think the 76ers or the Spurs, y'all heard it here first. The number 1 pick in the draft will be the 76ers or the Spurs or the Houston Rockets. Matter of fact, the Houston Rockets have the Suns pick, and it's unprotected. It's raw. So the Suns the Houston Rockets might have the number 1 pick this year, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
I think the Philadelphia 76ers, the San Antonio Spurs, or the Houston Rockets will get the number 1 overall pick, because we know the lottery is rigged. And I think that's going to determine whether or not they stars stay there. So like if the Hornets get the number 1 overall pick, obviously LaMelo ain't going nowhere, and he'll probably automatically be he'll miraculously heal and be you know what I'm saying, be perfectly
Yeah.
fine after
Exactly.
that, because they taking Cooper
The
Flag.
Christian McCaffrey route.
Yeah, the Christian McCaffrey route. And same thing with the 76ers. Embiid gonna put together a full 82 games along with Tyrese Maxey and Paul George. So um I think if one of those teams get Cooper Flag, or if the 76ers get Cooper Flag, he'll be there for sure. He'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. That's good, man. Let's go ahead and transition over into we're just getting to the draft, and we already 55 minutes in. So I told y'all this was gonna be a good one, but just hanging there with us. Y'all been live in the comment section. Please stay in there. We got 130 people in here watching us right now. So shout out to y'all. Y'all going crazy. Let's talk about the draft. The draft is in 2 days, Cam. Let's jump right into it. Let me ask you a question. First 3 picks of the draft is gonna be they have Titans picking at 1, Browns picking at 2, Giants picking at 3. What do you think those 3 picks are? Just give me a little bit of a heads up. What do you think those 3 picks are?
Titans is for sure taking Cam Ward.
Yeah. That seems to be the most locked in pick. Like everybody knows that's happening. Yeah.
And the Titans already said that they know who they taking, so it's it's Cam Ward. The number 2 pick, who you said is Cleveland?
Yep.
I think Cleveland's taking man, I think they're gonna take Abdul Carter, man.
Really? Okay.
I think they're gonna take Abdul Carter. And I think that's a wise pick, to be honest with you, man. I think Cleveland has too many needs.
Yeah.
And Travis Hunter is fantastic. He's great. But imagine that edge rushing duo with Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter if he pans out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Think about Houston right now with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Come on, man. You feel me? So I think Cleveland, I think that would be the smart pick if I was them. But they can't go wrong with Travis. And then who you said was the 3rd pick?
Is the Giants.
Yeah, see the Giants, man, that would be perfect, man. If they messed around and got Travis Hunter, because they got a lot of needs too. I think that's a lot. Then I like
your top 3. I think I would maybe switch 2 and 3. I think I would have Travis at 2, Abdul at 3. But then again, when you think about it, your thing makes sense too, because you got to think about it. The Giants just paid Brian Burns last year. They just paid Burns. And they got Kayvon Thibodeau, who still, he ain't the greatest, but he's still a decent player. Yeah. Right?
He's strong. He's that's a good duo. That's a good duo.
Yeah, it's a decent duo. So I could see them going. Low-key, the more I think about it, I could see them going Cleveland go. Because I think Cleveland's locked in on getting a quarterback in the 2nd round, preferably Jalen Milroe. I think they're going to try to get Jalen Milroe in the 2nd round or Jackson Dart. And I think they're going to get their quarterback then. So I think that leaves Shedeur out the picture, which we're going to get into him in a minute. But now that I'm thinking it through, I kind of agree with you. I think it's going to be Abdul Carter at the edge position because let's be honest, Myles Garrett on one side and him on the other is insane work.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that is crazy. So I could see that happening. And I would say, yeah, because the Giants have a need at wide receiver and corner.
Really. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Travis lands there, and it's a perfect fit for them. I think I'm with you, actually. I think now that I really have thought it through, I think I'm with you. I think I would just do that if I was them.
That would be the smart thing to do for both teams, because when you think about it, Cleveland isn't in a position to take a wide receiver. They got a solid. They got Jerry Jeudy. That's fantastic to have. You know what I'm saying? He had a marvelous season last year too, with no good quarterback play. So that's good for him. And so I just think that Cleveland would be in a better position to just go ahead, take Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He should be a generational edge prospect at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think you line him up next to Myles Garrett. That solves a lot of issues right there. You know what I'm saying? That helps so much on the defensive side of the ball. So I think that's the smart thing for them to do. And then for the Giants, you're a big market team. You feel me? everything, like Travis Hunter would fit perfectly there in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He plays, he fills two positions on both sides of the ball that you really need. Y'all are in desperate need of a star after Saquon left. You know what I'm saying? Outside of obviously Dexter Lawrence and now Brian Burns, right? But I mean, that would be a fantastic pick for them. So I think that's the best pick for both of those teams. I don't know if that's how it's going to go because obviously this is the NFL and those teams picking at the top for a reason. So they're not typically smart, but I just think that's the best fit for both of those teams.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%. Let's jump into the Panthers a little bit. Our team. So at 8, and you know, you gotta take into consideration who you think is gonna get picked and all that. At 8, what do you think it would be the ideal pick for the Carolina Panthers?
Yeah. Do me a favor real quick. Tell me the teams that's picking 4, 5, 6, and 7.
4. What was the from 4 through 7?
Yeah.
So at 4, I about can remember off the top of my head. So at 4, I believe is. So it's okay. So let me just look it up. I think it's
I got you right here.
Okay.
Let's see.
I know at 5 is Jaguars. At 6 it's Raiders, and at 7 it's Jets. And see, that's tricky too with the Panthers. With the Jets and the Raiders being right in front of you, and we know how unpredictable those two teams are, that could be a problem.
Or is New England.
New England. 4 was New England. I knew I was missing somebody, but I was right on the rest of them, right?
Yeah. You was right.
Yeah. So 4 is New England, 5 is Jacksonville, 6 is Las Vegas, 7 is the Jets. So let's just go a step further, Cam. Let's just work our way down to the Panthers, and then we'll stop at that point. At 4, what do you think New England does if the 3 people you just named are off the board? What do you think they do?
So I'm looking it up right now. New England. I see that 4th pick is tricky, man, because like they would love a Travis Hunter, they would love an Abdul Carter. I mean, they kind of in a bad situation right now because the two players that they need
are gone in your situation and our situation. So,
what I'm seeing right here, it says Will Campbell can be a pick for them.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. I mean, they need help pretty much everywhere well. So I think that's perfectly fine. And looking at because Vrabel's the head coach now, right? So that kind of, you know, that kind of lines up. He likes to build up in the trenches too. So I can see that. Jaguars, another team, anything
can happen.
Anything.
They've been linked to Mason Graham. They've been linked to the running back all of a sudden. Ashton Genty. They've been linked to him the last couple of days.
I think
I've even seen Jalen Walker being linked to them here recently.
That's early. But I think for them, take the best player available. That would be Mason Graham, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's where they'll go. I think that's a smart thing for them to do.
What do you think Vegas does?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought Vegas. I think if any team is gonna take Ashton Genty in the first round, it's probably gonna be Vegas.
Yeah,
and they probably should. I mean, Vegas. They got the tight end already in place, obviously with Brock.
Yeah.
And they just got Geno at quarterback. So I actually think Ashton Genty would be a smart pick for them. Because they desperately need a running back. Because who is it? It's Zamir White. Is their guy?
Yeah.
So Ashton Genty to Vegas. That'd be a good pick. Honestly, I don't know what the Jets are gonna do. To be honest, I don't care what the Jets are gonna do.
I think they're going O-lineman. I think they're going O-line. Yeah. They might go with Buddy out of Missouri. I can't think of his name right now. But I think they're going O-line, or they could go Warren. If they feel like Warren has the same type of abilities that Brock Bauer has, they could go a guy like Tyler Warren, which then leads you to the Panthers.
That wouldn't be a bad pick, but I don't think they're gonna take somebody that we want. So that's why I'm just gonna skip over them because I don't think they're really in position to take anybody that we are. So that leaves the Carolina Panthers at 8. Let me say this, and I'm gonna let you say, and I'll come back in a minute. But let me say this: I didn't even know the draft was already among us like this week because April been moving so quick.
Yeah, me and
so
you
I
both.
really didn't. I really didn't even know it was. I really didn't even know it was this soon. But I've been saying this pretty much all draft season. I haven't done my homework because at this point, I literally don't care who they select. All I need, this is what I need from the Carolina Panthers. And I need high impact, day one starter. I don't care what position he plays.
Yeah.
We don't need a quarterback. We don't need a running back. Every other position is on the table. I need a high impact, day one starter. All right. I don't want I don't want to be at the end of the rookie season and we sitting here talking about it was just a rookie season.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't want that no more. I want a high impact, day one starter. I'm talking when that roster come out and when we see that depth chart, he gonna be one of the 11 on one of the sides of the ball.
Yeah,
high impact, day one starter. So in my opinion, these are the guys that I think the Carolina Panthers should legitimately be looking at. All right.
Okay.
Number one, Ted McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. I like Ted, big size. You know what I'm saying? Measurables was off the charts. Speed, he got it all. I like Ted. I think he could be a high impact day one starter for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
All right. The next guy, this probably gonna throw you for a loop because I was in Sheeny and them space earlier during the offseason, and I was saying I don't think we should get this guy. I completely changed my mind now. Tyler Warren, tight end, because he will be a high impact day one starter. I know he's a tight end, and I know we just took JT Sanders last year, but Tyler Warren will be a high impact day one starter. We're talking about George Kittle.
Yeah,
you feel me?
He had the potential to be what Brock Bowers was last year, 100%.
So I'm cool with that. All right. Another name that I was looking at, depending on what happens in this draft, depending on how it shakes up and how it falls, if Mason Graham is still on the board, no questions asked. Go ahead and do it. I don't care that we went. I don't care that we went heavy on defensive tackle and free agency. It don't matter. It don't matter because we talking about high impact day one starter right there. You feel me?
I agree 100%.
And then the last name is the name that they've been talking about all offseason long, and it's probably who we're gonna select, Jalen Walker, because he's a pretty good linebacker edge hybrid. I don't know much about his game, but I know he one of them Georgia boys, and I know he coming off the edge. So that already lets me know that he's probably gonna be a high impact day one starter. So I'm cool with any of those four guys. But go ahead, the floor is yours.
Yeah, no, you pretty much hit on my guys too. So the guys that I'm really probably the most interested in, I'm with you 100%. To me, I think that he's going to be the pick. I think it's going to be Jalen Walker. He's from Salisbury, 20 minutes up the road, 30 minutes up the road from Charlotte. So I've been following him actually since high school because Clemson recruited him. So I've been keeping up with Jalen Walker for years now. He's talented. He's got the leadership impact to him. He has that it factor that I'm talking about. The motor is high. People are worried about his size. Him and Micah Parsons are the same size. And we see what Micah Parsons is doing in the league. So I don't really get why people are bringing up, he's only 6'1" and 230 and da. Bro, Micah Parsons is the same size. So what are we doing?
Thank you.
So to me, Jalen Walker is probably my number one pick.
Okay.
I would say if Mason Graham is there, he's my number. I don't see the reason I'm not putting Mason Graham number one. I'm with you 100% on him. He's actually my number one pick is Mason Graham, but I don't think he'll be there. But if he is, Jalen Walker, brother, I'm sorry. You're going to have to sit on the side because him and DB together would be absolutely insane in the inside. So I need that. No Diddy, that got to happen. Like straight up, bro. So I would say Mason Graham's my real number one, but realistically, that I think it will actually happen, I'm going to say, Jalen Walker. I think my other choice that I think I would have on this board as well is I'm kind of with you. I think Tyler Warren. I know we just took a tight end last year, but Tyler Warren can be good. Now, I'm big on let's take a defensive guy personally. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you this. Tyler Warren's my third choice. You want to know what my second choice is? It's trading down, actually, because we have so many holes. We have so many holes that I think trading down needs to be a real option for the Carolina Panthers. maybe to like 15, 16, something like that. I think trading down actually needs to be the number 2 choice. I think Jalen Walker, and if Jalen Walker and Mason Graham ain't there, trade down. And if you can't trade down, you take Tyler Warren because he's the BPA, best player available, if the draft board falls like that, of course. Now, let's get to the controversial stuff. And I'll go first. And I'll ask you first, though. Who do you think is a person, if we go up to that board on Thursday night at 8 and take them, you going to be fuming? I'm going to name mine, okay? The number 1 player I will be fuming if the Carolina Panthers take at 8 is Shamar Stewart. It's not even close. This dude has been hella overrated his whole college career. He was hyped up out of high school and ain't did a daggone thing. So I don't know even how he's getting first round hype. I don't get it. He didn't do anything. He had 4 sacks at Texas A&M his whole career. 4! A sack a season. And you were a 5-star recruit coming to high school.
Come on,
I'm good on that. I'm good on the Shamar Stewart. I'm going to tell you another one. Georgia fans, don't fight me on this one. I'm good on Mykel Williams. I don't see it with him. I just don't. A lot of people are hyping him up, and some people are kind of with me. I don't see the hype on Mykel Williams. He's stiff. I don't think he's going to be a good pass rusher in the NFL. He wasn't even really a good one in college, if I'm going to be completely transparent with you. It's just a no for me. I just think he's going to be, at best, above average DN. At 8, I don't want an above average DN edge rusher. I want somebody that's going to get after it. And for one, he doesn't even fit the 3-4 technique. He's kind of like more so like a DN, hands in the ground,
hand dirt
type of guy. So he don't even really fit what we do. And I think the third one I would kind of be mad at, and it's not really, I'm gonna be honest, it's Ted. You're gonna disagree with me. It's Ted. And I'm gonna tell you why it's Ted. To me personally, I think the Panthers are so starved on defense, we just got to hit it heavy. Like, I think there's too many decent wide receivers in the second round. You got the kid from Utah State. You got the kid from the 2 kids from Iowa State, the Jalen Noel kid and all them, and then the Jalen Royal kid at Utah State. It's too many good wide receivers in the second round that I think you can get instead of, like, taking Ted. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think, me and you going to disagree on this, I don't think Ted is a day 1 impact player. I think Ted at best is a wide receiver too, honestly. And I think we kind of seen that this year at Arizona. He was kind of like not able to get off routes. He just tried to jump ball everybody. You ain't gonna be able to do that in the NFL. Everybody physical in the NFL, bro. Get the ball. Like, I know there's a lot of people that like don't play about Ted. And yes, the Panthers do need a wide receiver. I'm not negating that.
Yeah,
they do need a wide receiver. I say let Xavier Legette get 1 more season. I think what Jalen Coker did was, before he got hurt, he was showing a lot of flashes too. Let them 2 get 1 more season. And then next offseason, go swimming for the big fish at wide receiver. That's what I think, me personally. Or hell, you might be able to do it on draft night. You might be able to get somebody on draft night. Because they talking about A.J. Brown might be up for grab. They saying, what's the boy up there in Detroit, the YN from in Detroit, what's his name? Jameson Williams. They saying he up for grabs potentially. So, again, there are opportunities here for a wide receiver, but I don't think Ted going to be that guy. I think Ted going to be a wide receiver too. I think Ted's ceiling is like a Cortland Sutton, which is not terrible. It's not a terrible player, but I'm not taking that at 8. I'm not taking Cortland Sutton at 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. So that's just how I feel about it. So who are some players that you feel like, nah, I ain't with it?
Yeah. I do want to touch on the Ted point too, or not even the Ted point, but the wide receiver in the second round. I'm gonna tell you who I actually want, legitimately at wide receiver. I don't think we're gonna get him, but I want Luther Burden, bro. That's who I want.
Bro, people have forgotten about Luther Burden. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. He's not getting no first round. Like, I haven't seen him in the first round mocks at all.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
He completely disappeared. I don't know what happened, but I'm still extremely high on Luther Burden.
And I'm gonna tell you another one, Cam. I'm sorry to cut you off. Another guy that I need to bring up that they're saying there's some character concerns about him. So I guess that's the issue. why in the world
Vaughn.
has James Pierce Jr. just disappeared all of a sudden?
Oh yeah.
Like he was another one. Like I'm like, Mike Green got like SA allegations on him. He's still going top 15.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the worst I'm hearing about James Pierce Jr. is he can be a knucklehead at time. Big deal.
Yeah.
Like, and he's from Charlotte. So maybe they don't want him to be back home and back dealing with people back home. I don't know. But James Pierce Jr. is another one I don't really understand why his draft stock, because I've barely seen him in first round.
Yeah. His both of their draft stocks has dropped because people were saying James Pierce was like number 1 overall last year.
Yeah,
bro.
in the summer, that's what they were saying. How you go from number 1 and still had a decent season this year, and now all of a sudden you not even a first round pick. But I'm with you on the Luther Burden thing. My bad, bro. I'm definitely with that.
But the problem is like the Panthers' second round pick is so late in the draft. It's gonna be everybody gonna be gone.
The trade back thing is the move. I think the trade back thing is the move, bro. If we trade back let's just say, I need a team that does have a second round pick though, because if we move back in like the late teens, 20s, you better have a pick in the second round this year. We need that, and we might need that first next year too, actually. But while we at it, like let's just say you just got to 19 or something like that, 18. I say take James Pierce Jr. You could take a guy like that or Malachi Starks. We still don't have a safety. We still don't have a safety, bro.
We picked up Morick.
We ain't got no other safety. Beside him.
Yeah.
The only one we got.
Yeah.
So we need another safety too. So like that's what I'm saying. The Panthers got so many holes. If Jalen Walker or Mason Graham ain't there at 8, you got to trade. You have to trade back. I think you got.
I'm not mad at it. I'm thinking about a team like, let's see. I'm looking at the Bengals pick because they probably want to come up and get an edge rusher or something, or a corner or something like that. But I don't know. You just gotta. The thing is, some teams just gotta be open. You know what I'm saying, to getting a trade, man, to taking a trade. So I really don't know. Players that I don't want us to take. Excuse me. Truth be told, there really isn't. Like I said, I haven't done my homework on nobody, so I'm not extremely out on somebody. Mm-hmm. But I will say, for whatever reason, I don't take no running back. Like I said, don't do that. Yeah. Don't take Ashton Jeanty. I'm sorry. I like Ashton Jeanty. I think he's a good player. Don't do that. There's so many good running backs in this class too. Take one in the later rounds if you really want to do that. But not Jeanty. So I would probably be upset if Jeanty's the pick, especially if somebody like Warren or Walker is on the board. Like I said, I think I would be upset if. I mean, I don't think they're dumb enough to take an offensive lineman. You feel me? But I've
been getting real scared because I've been seeing them saying like Panthers had visits with offensive linemen.
And see, now if they do that, I'd probably be upset. I don't think they're dumb enough to do that. I don't think they're dumb enough to do that, but I would be upset if they did that because our offensive line is fine. Like I know sometimes things happen year over year, but on paper it's fine. I mean,
we have the most expensive offensive line in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it's good. Like there's no reason to deal with that. You can build in the trenches once again later in the rounds. You ain't got to do it early.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, man. Like I really there's really nothing else to no other player. I defer. I will say like the Shamar Stewart 5 sacks or whatever it is in 5 years. That's not gonna cut it for me.
No,
that's just based off of what you said. I don't know much about him.
4 sacks in like 4 years. I'm good on that.
Yeah, bro. I don't know much about him, so I won't. But I'm good on that though. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it, man. I really think that's why I said I don't care who we select. It's just I just need them to be high impact day one starter. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for, man.
Because you gotta think about it. Let's look at the past couple of drafts real quickly. Last year, we had Xavier Legette, first round pick. He ain't no high level day one. You know what I'm saying? He did some good things, right?
Yeah, he became a starter, but
a,
he wasn't high impact, and he wasn't day one.
Yeah, exactly.
So
in the year before that, who did we draft in the first? We didn't have a first round pick, right? Or was that the year we got Bryce? We got Bryce. And he wasn't. He definitely wasn't first with impact. Then the year before that, we had Icky, right?
High impact day one starter because he had a really good rookie season.
Yeah, he did. After the first couple weeks, he got it together. JC was the year before that.
High impact day one starter, but he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt, right? So I get what you're saying though. I get where you're coming from.
I'm tired of, again, after every rookie season, we talking about some, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that we do this every year. We did it last year with Bryce. We did it with XL. You know what I'm saying? Icky was a really good pick, but the thing about Icky is like his rookie season was his best season. And that's where it's getting spooky. Last season was better than his sophomore season.
I just think that kid's a guard, man. I really do. I think he's a guard. I really do. Like, I could be wrong. I think he's a guard. I mean, again, and we just paid a lot of money at that position, so he gonna have to get right at left tackle.
He's gonna have to make it work.
Yeah, he gonna have to make it. We got 200 people in the building, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all going crazy tonight.
I just think of the last high impact day one starter that we really selected that really was a 16, 17 game beast. I mean, who was it? Was it, dare I say, was it Luke Kuechly, bro?
Might be.
7. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think, I was never a huge Brian Burns guy. Not for no 17 games. He'd give it to you, for a good 6 or 7, but he had too many games with no kind of impact. You know what I'm saying? Just out there doing the spin cycle, man. So I can't even say him. You feel me? DJ Moore might have been another one. He wasn't really high impact, but he was at least out there day one. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I want. I want one of these guys where it's like, oh man, the Vikings, man, how y'all let them get Jordan Addison? You know what I'm saying? I want one of them type of dudes. You feel me? Like, dang, the Cowboys, man, how y'all let them get Michael Parsons? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want them to say about Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I need. I need Brock Bowers with the Raiders. Oh man, Kyle Hamilton with the Ravens and Linderbaum with the Ravens. Oh man, they fell that far, and they starting. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need. I need that at 8. Somebody that's gonna come in and be in the conversation for offensive rookie of the year or defensive rookie of the year. I need them to be you know what? I'm putting it out there now. I need them to be a finalist for one of them awards this year, man. Yeah. I need that.
I think Panther fans are just tired of losing, man. We're going on what now? 8 years? This is 8. Yeah, this is going on 8 years of losing, bro. So they need some wins.
This upcoming season will be year 8 that we missed the playoffs.
Yeah, if we don't make it this year, it'll be year 8. So it's getting kind of to a point at this point. It's getting bad. Let's start transitioning to our last topic of the night. Let's talk about the Nico situation. This has been a bad year for Nikos. Good God. Which is why I put the title of the year, the Nikos. Nico, I'm not even going to try his last name. Nico I. We're just going to keep it.
Maliava.
Maliava. Nico, whatever Cam just said. Transfers to UCLA, goes back home. I think he's from like Long Beach, so he's from out that way. His brother also as well, Madden, Imiabiala, whatever his name is, he transfers back home as well. And he was actually committed. He actually did UCLA dirty. He was actually committed to them the day before signing day and then flipped to Arkansas, and now he's going back to UCLA. So
have some shame, bro. Have some shame.
Let's go back to the beginning of this whole thing. So allegedly, this whole thing started because Nico, dad, and team, I guess, thought, hey, Carson Beck just got $4 million. Now, let me remind y'all now, Nico just signed his contract at the end of the year for $2 million. So this is just January, February probably. He just signed. At the end of March going into April, now they see what Carson Beck got, right, in the portal at Miami. Now he's saying, we need $4 million. We want $4 million, right? Tennessee just said, hey, brother, you just signed your contract. Why are you trying to re-up on us again? And I'm going to be honest, Cam, I side with Tennessee. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't have gave him no. Nico ain't good enough to be coming in determining that, bro. Me and you talked about him in the playoff times. He didn't show up, bro. And in my personal opinion, and we talked about him a lot last year on this podcast, he ain't do enough for that team. To be demanding some $4 million, bro. I'm just being honest, bro. Carson Beck, I'm just being real, bro. He ain't doing nothing to be adding no action for no $4 million, bro. So I guess my question for you is this, and I've been saying this for years. I think this is going to eventually become the NFL as far as we're going to have a CBA soon. Because after this situation, these boosters and stuff, they're not going to be going for that no more. If you try to pull a Nico, it's going to get cooked. Look at Nico. He just missed out on a ton of money, bro. He could have took his $2 million, stayed in Tennessee, went on about his business. They said he only got like 800,000, 900,000 UCLA. And you know them California taxes taking half of that. So really he got like 500,000, if that, 400,000 on bro. And in LA, I'm telling you, I go there a lot. That ain't nothing. That's gone on bro. So let me ask you this. Do you think we're going to get like a CBA contract situation soon?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I mean, you got college teams saying they got general managers now. So
almost every team does.
Yeah,
almost every big team has like a GM now.
It's like, man, I don't know what we gonna get to, man. I seen earlier today that the NCAA proposed that teams could start paying their players directly, which I thought that was already but I don't know, man. I just want to say, like, Nico, bro, come on, man. You know good and well you can see your numbers last year and tell you wasn't no $4 million quarterback, bro. Come on, man.
No.
Come on, man. Come on. And now
that, bro.
Yeah, and now you ain't got no money, bro. Like, and you at UCLA, you had it right there in the palm of your hands. You just made the playoffs with that Tennessee, bro.
And
now you at UCLA to go 6-6.
I'm gonna read these stats off to you. You tell me if this is $4 million bound. 2,600 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That ain't no $4 million, brother.
Nah, man.
And in a playoff game, you went 14 for 31, 104 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That ain't
$4 million, bro.
That ain't $4 million. Against Georgia, you went 20 for 33, 167 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That ain't no 100 mil, bro. That ain't no $4 million, bro. You just that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. And then the dude that was at App State, what's his name? Joey Aguilar, whatever his name was, he had transferred it to UCLA, right? Because he's from out there in California too.
Right.
And he's seen that his spot was gonna get gone. So we pretty much just seen our first college football trade. Because he ended up transferring to Tennessee, where Nico just came from. So it's just a mess, bro. At this point, create a CBA, call it a day. And I gotta say, man, I gotta give Dabo Swinney his credit. He said this was gonna happen like 10 years ago. He been said this was gonna happen. When this NIL stuff and playing the player stuff came, he literally said this was gonna happen. And it did. I gotta give him credit. I know I'll be hard on him a lot, but I gotta give Dabo credit. He was right. He was 100% right on this. And yeah, he was right.
I mean, it's really sick, that some of these players' fathers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it was really his father that was really in his ear saying, man, you can get 4 million, you can get 4 million. Mm-hmm. Man, come on, bro. Like, don't he got a championship, bro?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Be for real, man. Even though
Carson Beck didn't have the greatest year last year, the year before that, he was absolutely spectacular.
He put up the numbers, man.
Actually shown he can be like good. You know what I'm saying?
Like, $4 million is a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie. That might be a little steep for Carson Beck, but it is what it is, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like it is
what the Duke quarterback, the dude that was at Tulane, Mensa, he getting like $3 million a year.
Really?
Yeah, these quarterbacks getting paid, man.
What K NIL looking like, man?
Because I don't want to pocket watch, but K getting some money. He probably getting close to $3 million now. I'm
Let
thinking
me
K
tell you,
getting close to $3 million a year probably, which is deserved.
I'm not putting this out there, but K I would have paid K about 5, bro, based off of some of these other guys, man.
Yeah, so they said
that's
K
the case.
right now is getting close to 3.3 M's a year. So yeah, that's about
that's
right.
good money. That's good money. But
that
should be. I'm not, again, I ain't pocket watching these other schools and stuff, but like we talking about potentially the best quarterback in college football is getting paid $3.3 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's where the market should be right there. You feel me? And Beck, he got that championship pedigree, so I can understand him getting a little bit more, and he's a little bit older. But I mean, Nico, your dad know he was wrong for that. Now you getting $800K. That ain't right, man. And you going to a worse team, a team that's in worse situation. You know what I mean? Because like you follow UCLA. What they going next year? They going 6-6, ain't
it? That might be being optimistic, honestly. I would say 5-7, 6-6 at best.
Oh man. Oh man, that's tough. That is so tough, bro. I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's a mess, man. It's a mess. Look, man, this was a really good podcast episode. I really enjoyed this. We got 206 people in the building. Y'all were going crazy in the comments. Shout out to y'all, man. This was a fun one. I missed it. I've been so busy handling personal business. I guess I can go ahead and share now. So Cam already knows. Cam already kind of knows my situation. But I got a new gig, guys. I'm gonna be taking a new role in a new career path, and actually, I will be moving back to North Carolina like next week. So that's kind of why I have been kind of ducked off. I had a lot going on, getting myself together and just getting everything kind of settled and going through job interviews and doing those type of things. So finally, got a job, and I'll be heading back home. So it's been a hectic last couple of weeks. So for the people that ain't seen me on stream and ain't seen me, doing it, I ain't been on social media. We ain't been on the podcast because me and Cam know we've been talking all every day just about. I've been in interviews. I've been going back and forth between Georgia and North Carolina. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll be moving back home. And I'm very excited. So yeah, I mean that's kind of where I've been, and I know Cam has had a lot going on too in his personal life as well and stuff, but all good things. So yeah, it's been a busy week, but we back kind of on track now.
Yeah,
we good. So we good. I'm in the process of moving. So like my house right now looks an absolute mess because I'm in the process of moving now. But thank y'all for y'all in the comments saying congratulations. But yeah, I feel like now since it's official, I can go ahead and say like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's pretty much that. So we're gonna be back more consistently now. It's just like I said, the last couple of weeks has been just interviews, getting this move and all this together. And I think me and Cam both now be back kind of on the same page. I'm not gonna lie though, Cam, I'm gonna miss Atlanta. Like I'm gonna kind of miss it here. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna miss the wings, like especially I feel like I'm gonna miss the even though I'm on a diet, and a lot of people don't even probably know this that watch this page or watch this podcast. I've lost like 55 pounds now at this point in the last couple of months by just working out and eating right. So I haven't had wings in like I think since the Super Bowl. That was my last like real cheat day besides my birthday.
Oh no, man!
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
I haven't had wings.
Oh,
you
disciplined, boy. You disciplined.
Bro.
I would have been over there.
Super Bowl.
I would have.
Bro.
I would have been over there.
Listen, I told my girl, I said, look, bro.
What?
I said, look,
no way.
I gotta get them hot lemon pepper before I leave Atlanta because I know when I'm not gonna get no wings hitting like that. I ain't gonna have no wings hitting like Atlanta. But I am gonna miss Atlanta. I was driving home today from work. I hate the traffic here, but I'm gonna miss it. I spent 6 years here, and it was a blast for the most part. I am gonna miss it. But yeah, just the opportunity I had to take, and I'm excited. So this will probably be the last time y'all see the background of Atlanta here, because this is pretty much my last full week here. So yeah, man. So a lot going on, a lot happening. But yeah, we're all glad and we're excited about the new journey. So just kind of wanted to give everybody a 411 on what's kind of been happening behind the scenes on why we ain't been streaming. It ain't Cam. It's really been me and Cam. Cam been busy too. He's had a lot going on, but yeah. So just felt like I owed the supporters and stuff an explanation on why we ain't been streaming. But we back live now. We should be back every week now on Tuesday. We should be good from now on at this point. But I did at least want to let y'all know what's been going on. So that's what it is. I appreciate y'all's love and support, man. 208 people was in the building tonight. Y'all did a tremendous job sticking in here with us for an hour and 34 minutes. So we appreciate y'all. Cam, did you want to say anything else to the crowd, bro?
Nah, thank y'all for tuning in and everything. Like you said, we back now, so it's all good. We just had a lot going on. Like I've been out of town because I had
Cam's
a
been
work
doing a
trip
lot of
last
out of
week and
town
stuff.
stuff
So
too. Yeah.
yeah, so I had some things going on, but I'm still in Atlanta. But nah, man. But congrats to you, man. That's big. I know there's been some. Me and you have been talking about this for months.
For weeks.
So
Yeah, months to weeks. Yeah.
I know you excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping. I'm wishing you continued happiness. In your next journey and everything. But like you
Absolutely.
said, the pod ain't going nowhere,
Yeah,
y'all.
we
We
ain't going
good.
nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we
we still
good.
going. Yeah, we
Yeah.
good. So
People it's crazy because people actually be asking me. They be asking me at work. They be asking me. It's people that be asking me that I'm like, man, y'all be watching for real, bro.
yeah,
Like
for
I
real,
be
bro.
surprised.
Yeah,
Like
it's really crazy.
people
Like
be
I be like,
messaging me and be
people
like,
be
man,
reaching
y'all ain't
out to me like,
on.
man, what y'all ain't been on the pod? Like my dad, he probably watching it right now. He be like,
Yeah.
y'all ain't doing the pod this week, and he know what I got going on and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, man, I just been busy. We got all this going on and stuff, but yeah, people really be watching. I mean, we got 210 people in here right now, so people are paying attention. We love y'all. We appreciate
crazy.
y'all. We thank y'all. And just continue to support us. We're gonna keep growing. I'm gonna get back to posting the videos and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna get everything going. And we're gonna get back to posting. I'm trying to figure out like what's gonna happen with TikTok still, but I think I'm gonna start even posting on there again now. Because I think with my new job, I'm gonna have a little bit more, like maybe potentially more free time. So we'll see what happens. So that's just what it is. We'll see what happens. Appreciate y'all's love and support. We're gonna holler at y'all on the next one, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We'll see y'all next time, bro.